Now I'm going to be working with this block of just, let's see, I'll see what the measurements are. I think it's a 2x6. Well, it's actually, that's what it's called, but it's it's 5.5 inches wide and almost 8 inches tall. And I got this print here. Where did I get this? Let me check my file right fast if I didn't close it. Creative Fabrica, and I'll link it down below. And then these, I went ahead, these right here, I got those off of Etsy, and I went ahead and printed them off on there. Just to be, not wasting any paper. And I do have another project that I'm going to be working on, and I might use one of these two on it. So, and this is rice paper, and I, excuse me, I get this off of Amazon, and that's what it looks like, and I'll link it down below too if you're interested in looking at it. This is rice paper, and I'm going to cut that out and put it on here. But first, I'm going to, I'm not sure. I'm still wondering what I'm going to do with it. I might do a green around the sides. Or a red, I don't know. I had my wax out, was going to do that, but I think I might be going green. I'm going to make up my mind. Whatever I do, I'll come back and show you. I thought I had my mind made up. I don't. All right, I have decided to go with the green, and I'm using Folk Art Olive Green. I believe that's going to work. Let's see here how that's going to look. And maybe not go heavy. Let me see, where's the paper towel? Kind of wipe it back to where it's not. Where the wood grain. Oh, I picked up the wrong brush. Where the wood grain. If I hurry up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I like that look. Where the wood grain's still showing. I better put this one in some water. And put this on my right side where I'll grab the right one. I wished I had my squirt bottle here with me. I'd sure put some water on this, but I don't. This paint is thick. Next batch I pour out, I'm putting some water in it. Okay, like that. I like the wood grain coming through. All right, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to water. This stuff is really, really thick. So I'm going to put some water in that, water it down, and do the rest of it. And then I'm going to take my plaster and put it here on the front where the image is going to go. Yeah, I added some water to my paint. That was much, much better. All right, my paint is dry, and I have some Mod Podge here, and no water, no spray bottle. And I'm not kidding you, I pack like probably 6 or 7 sackfuls of stuff over here to use, and invariably there's something else I need. When you have a whole craft room, you're trying to pack what you need, you forget something every time. This is going to be a little easier because it is thicker paper. It is rice paper. Just want to make sure it's down good. Probably put the other half right down. That should have it covered. Okay, got a little bit of a wrinkle in the middle. That is not good. Now I'm going to have to coat it again because it's on my paper. Come down like this. Maybe that wasn't a wrinkle. Maybe that was just in the, I think that was just in the print. I'm going to cover the top good with Mod Podge. And then I'll let it dry and kind of sand on the edges. Pick it up and look around and make sure I'm getting it all. All right, now I'll let it dry, sand the edges, and I'll be back. All right, I feel like my reindeer needs some bling, and I don't usually use any kind of glitter, but I think for Christmas that's just fine. So I am using art glitter glue. It's thin. I'm putting this on there all over it. I want that stuff to stick good. I don't want it falling off. So I am going to put some diamond dust on it very carefully. I'm going to make sure it is good and stuck. Don't want any coming off. So let's see. I think I'll sprinkle it. I have to be careful. I'm concentrating, guys. Well, nothing's even knocking off, but there are some big hunks I don't want on there. I just want the little ones. Okay. I'm turning it sideways so I can see if I need to get any off, if I've missed spots. All right, my glue's starting to dry, so I'm going to quit. And I put that there to catch it, and I really didn't catch much because it's not falling off because I made sure the glue was on there pretty thick, and it'll dry clear. Once that dries, I'm going to do a little more with it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle or not. I didn't want a lot, but it just needed a little more, just a little more something. Here's what I'm starting with on this project. I took some burlap, And this was probably about 2-inch wide burlap. And I split it down the middle. And then I took some glue to keep it from fraying. I ran it down. It's drying right now. I've just put that like that. I'm going to make some little 2x4 reindeers. And it's like, probably going to put it like this to kind of make them look like little ears sticking out. Probably going to have to pull them in a little bit because I'm going to use something, gather them up a little bit like that. Anyways, it'll come together hopefully. And I've got to find something for the the antlers. And I've got 3 of them. These are the same size. They're just 2x4s. This one's a little taller. And I kind of traced off a little pattern. Well, done a little pattern up in my Silhouette software, just with some ovals and a square and stuff. Anyways, a rectangle. And then you don't have to, but I went ahead for the nose. And I have some 1/4-inch plywood here. And I made little nose, so it'd be a little more 3D. You could use a large button, or you could just draw it on, or you can cut them out. Whatever you want to use for the nose. I could have cut out the eyes, but I decided I'm just going to paint them on. And find something for the antlers and get started on this. And then pick out my paint colors and stuff and see how we can make this look. It's going to be 3 2x4 reindeers. I'm going to have to stop real fast and run into town and open the store. Lady messaged she wants a Halloween wreath. So I'm going to run in town and take care of that and come back and we'll get started. Well, I've decided to use the color Camel in Folk Art. You could even just stain them. Or you can use a lighter color. You can use whatever you want. But I'm going to give each one of these a coat of this camel color. And let them dry good. I didn't get that very well sanded. Seeing some little slivers coming off. But I'll make sure this is coated well. All 3 of them. And then I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do to them next. And I was also looking on my, with my burlap that I had cut and then put a line of glue so that it wouldn't unravel. I had a little piece of burlap laying here. Was this it? I think so. I thought the other one was smaller. I don't know what I done. Anyways, I was thinking you could even, for an ear, if you had some felt or something, or even something like this, make an ear like that. But I'm just going to keep mine easy and keep them like that, because this is going to be, I'm going to be decorating all the top of this. So I think it will turn out just fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish giving these all the coat of camel, and I'm probably going to use 2 coats, and then I'll be back with you. Now I am painting the noses red, and what I'm using is Americana Tomato Red. As soon as all my pieces are dry, then we can start putting it together and decorating it and making it look like a reindeer, hopefully. All right, now I'm going to start putting a little shading around on it. I'm using Distress Ink in Walnut Stain. And I'm going to go just around the little noses. I'll just do it like that. And then on the reindeer itself, or the reindeer head. I'm just using one of these little makeup brushes. I think I got it at Dollar Tree. I like to get my corners. Just adds a little depth to the face and the nose. Okay, I'm going to finish all these up doing this. Then I'm going to start pulling out stuff to decorate it with and putting it together. But you can see the difference. And before I go any further, I'm going to kind of set the nose where I want them to be. I want to be that way or that way. I think I want them to be this way. And then I'm going to get out some red ink. It's just color box. And I don't know how. Yeah, I'm glad I kind of wiped that back. I'm going to make some cheeks. Looking good there. And you could use red paint with a stencil brush, you know, really white back. Or some real blush. This was simple. And another makeup brush. Need just a little more on there. All right, that's how I do the cheeks. Now, I think I want to go ahead and paint the eyes on. And oh, I used my pattern. Let's see, was it that one? Yeah, it sure was. I'm going to wait for that to dry a little bit, and then I'm just going to kind of draw my eyes on. But I'll be back when this dries. Now, I'm just going to use some carbon paper under there. I think it'll be about right like that. And I'll do this to each one. Then I'll get me some black paint. And fill in the eyes. Yeah, that looks just about right. Now I have each one of them traced on, and I'm just going to fill this in. And I will, it's not really a pattern, but it might help you if you need it. I'll link it below. It'll be you'll just print it out, and place it on your wood, and trace it like I did. And it'll have the nose where you'll know what size to use if you want it. Otherwise, you do like me and make it your own and do what you want. I'm going to continue on and do all 3 of the eyes and let them dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the nose on and start pulling stuff to decorate them with. All right, before I glue the nose down, I wanted to show you, I was going to take, is that the thick or the thin? That's the thick. I have these acrylic markers. I'll link them below, and I use them quite a bit. I take spells where I use them a lot, and then they kind of sit. And then when I want them, it's always handy to have them. I know I'm going to probably want his nose about right there, and the mouth in the middle. And I'm wondering, I was just going to bring that line straight down. I'm wondering if I shouldn't go kind of like that. That looks awful, but kind of like that. That looks more like a rabbit nose. Or just bring it down straight. Well, I need to watch and press the same way. I think I'm just going to leave it straight. Because when I went like that, to me, it looked more like a rabbit. Well, it looks like a rabbit still. There we go. I'm doing that so I don't want to glue my nose on and then try to butt up against that and get black on the nose and everything. That's my reason for going ahead and doing this. All right, now I'll glue the nose on. And I'm just going to use some fabric tack and some hot glue for a quick fix. I hope that comes out. Yeah, good. And some hot glue. To get it to hold fast. And I'll do that to the other two. Now I'm working on the eyes, and I'm using this acrylic pen, but I think once I figure out what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my white paint out so it's more distinct. And this one, I just dotted on each side, and then come down with a line like that. Thinking I like this one. This one I just dotted on this. Dotted it. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with this. But I'm going to go get my paint as a thin paintbrush. And then, of course, the dots I'll use. Let me see. I'll use one of these for my dots. Just dip it in some white paint and dot it. And I'll make that a little darker also. And then use this tip in my white paint. See where I had dotted that with the marker? I'm going to use white paint and do that on the nose on these two. And then I'm going to start decorating, hopefully. The noses are all glued down. And I wanted to finish up the eyes. And I'll be using paint, so it'll need to dry. And while that's drying, I can scrounge around here and see what I want to use to start decorating. All right, I've pulled out a bunch of things here. And I've got to figure out, first off, the ears. Or what's supposed to maybe look like the ears. Trying to see. See what I mean like that? But, well, I want it to go this way because I want that one seam there. But I have to figure out what I'm going to use for the antlers first. Because I am going to have to maneuver this somehow where I can put the, well, where I can put my, I think I'll put my antlers on first. I'll figure that out because I'm going to have to drill a hole, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if I want to use something like, so I have 1, 2, 3, I only have 4 sprigs of that. But see, you could use these, like cut it down to right there for antlers. I think I'd rather use those kind of for, pretty sure I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to have to make sure I have enough. So I am going to cut that down. There's 1. 2. 3. I may only make 2 of these. This one I covered up the eyes. I don't like it. I might make it totally different from the rest of it. Now there's one I could use. Four. Okay, I'm going to work on 2 of them to start with, and then I'll figure out the third one. Now, this is the tallest one. So probably these 2. Drill a hole like right in here. I need to trim this one down just a wee bit. Trim that off. Now, I'm going to get my drill. Find a drill bit that will fit this. So I can drill 2 holes to have some antlers. I'll get that done and I'll be back and show you what it looks like. Okay, I think I need them to go kind of right in here and drill them in at an angle. So I am going to put me a little mark right here and right here. And then take my drill bit and kind of angle it in. But I'm going to have to stand up and really, I'll probably be in y'all's way. Wait, what is that? Anyways, that's how I'm going to do that to get those in there, and then I'll hot glue them in there. All right, I have drilled my holes, and I'm going to put some hot glue down in that one. It's hot glue down in this one. Probably need a little more. That hole's a little bigger than the stem. I'm going to hold that till it dries. I am trying to maneuver these little ears in place, but my antennas, my antlers are just giving me a little trouble. So I'm going to glue this first. And then kind of see if I can kind of pull that down. I don't want that pulled. So I think I'll see where I want them. I need a pin. About like that. And I'm going to kind of groove that out. And hope it works. And hopefully the hot glue will keep, that I put around it, will keep the material from fraying, because it is being cut off on the edge. that I have the hot glue. Kind of push that up in there like that. Okay, that will work. Need a glue stick again. Ow. Go up in there. Okay, and see, these will kind of, I'll glue that down some more, but these will kind of stick up like ears on each side. I'm gluing it, hot gluing it like that. Okay, this needs to come down just a little bit. I'm kind of looking at it as I'm placing it down. Okay, that will work. I'm going to set my drill aside. Now, he needs to have something. I wonder, got this stuff here I could put across there. Well, I am going to mess with this for a little bit, at least find the way I want to do it. And I've just got to play with it. And trim things down till I get it the way I want it. All right, I'm going to fiddle with this, but you can see what I'm trying to do. Get it all decorated up, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, I have these glued down, and then I have these little berry stems that's on a wire, and I'm just twisting one of those around to put a little color in the antlers. Okay, I think I got my first one finished, and I'm working on the second one. And I did take my pen, or my marker, acrylic marker, kind of went around the nose a little bit with some black. And I did put some eyebrows on them. I'm going to finish this one up. Now the third one will probably be a little different because I don't have enough of this type stem. So I have to figure something out to use for antlers on it. And I'm not sure I'll get that finished in this video. You'll see it at the end if I do. And if not, I'll show it to you in another video.